When I get into the crafting or making of the wallets, it's definitely ends up being usually late at night. Music, I'm not being distracted by emails or calls or anything, and I kind of get into this zone where, yeah, it's just pleasant. As a child, I saw my grandfather had a hat and he'd put a slit in it and kind of fashioned it to be a pencil holder, and I think that I can identify as the first time I realized that wearable products and something that does multi-function. Obviously he kind of made that happen, but I had noticed that as a young age, and I wanted to make products that you wear. He was doing landscaping, and while he would do these jobs, he would pick up big rocks or pieces of wood, and he'd bring them back to his spot. And while he was on downtime when he wasn't working, he would sculpt these rocks. Well, that's when he would, I'd be around and watch him sculpt and kind of see him use his hands. I think that's where a lot of my creative side came from, was my grandfather. He was self-taught. He's a self-taught sculptor. He didn't have any formal education, but that's what he loved to do, and he ended up doing, till he died. So I went to Savannah College of Art and Design, minored in fashion for the construction of soft goods, and then I did industrial design because their design methodology, how they look at everything, how they research, kind of work through everything before they make a product. So I was drawn to the fashion design, but with an industrial design methodology behind it. The microsuction is actually a material I came across at my old job when I was doing sourcing. And it's a material that will attach to any smooth, non-porous surface, including your ID or phone, and it can be cleaned. It's basically like a sticker that doesn't have any kind of adhesive. You can always overdo something or add too much. I think being minimalist is it's almost from the designer in me to keep things simple yet functional. I'm doing these all by hand. I do every single one of these, and I stand behind my work. So like I tell every buyer, make sure, any issues or anything, I want to fix it. I want to make it better, no questions asked. Replace it, or fix it, or even refund you if you don't want it. I think my customers are my favorite part about this whole thing. Definitely. Some of the greatest conversations, and just to hear people's encouragements and their feedback is great, good or bad. I want to hear it all. I think leather, it adds to that character. You're going to build character. That leather is going to age with you. Your wallet becomes a part of you. And putting my family name on every wallet, it kind of shows what these mean to me.